professors were sitting inside a plane, and before the plane was about to take off, an announcement came. This plane was built by your students. Now all the professors ran out of the plane, but only the principal was sitting inside. Now one student came inside and asked, "Are you not afraid?" For which the principal replied, "I am very confident about my students. The plane won't even start." Now, this is the opinion that people are having towards engineers these days. Let's proceed into the course of the meeting. Before we proceed, to begin the meeting, we have our presiding officer. The presiding officer for the day is the president of the Medley Toastmasters Club for the term, and he has been a familiar face for the members over here, and he's a lawyer by profession and one who guides the people who has joined Medley Toastmasters Club and has been a mentor kind of person. So, without much ado, let's put our hands together and welcome the president and president officer.
Thank you, Lokesh, for that wonderful introduction. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is the 5th meeting of this term and the 339th meeting of Medley Toastmasters. I declare this meeting open. Toastmasters is arguably the largest forum, international organization for the development of communication, for enhancing the communication skills and development of leadership skills. The uniqueness about Toastmasters is that it allows you to learn through failure. It gives a stage here to come here, fail, and fail again. And finally, before you succeed, you have thousands of failures. Every week, Toastmasters achieves its goals through conducting regular meetings. And this is, as I said, this is the 339th meeting. And every Saturday we conduct one regular meeting, and some additional meeting will be conducted on Sunday. I welcome you all again to this exciting meeting. Before starting, I would love to get the introduction from the guests who are here. Those who are coming to the club. Yeah, please.
I'm Prashant.
Yes.
So I've been working in a company called Medley in Chennai.
Okay.
Been here for 3 years. More than 3 years. I couldn't get an opportunity after a Toastmasters like this. So I just want to try and meet new people and just see what's happening in Toastmasters.
How do you come to know?
No, one of my college met and currently my colleague is consistently attending Toastmasters for 8 more or whereas 18. So you just say, just try to.
Okay.
That's right.
Great.
Try and meet you.
Welcome to the meeting.
Manish Sharma. I've been in Chennai for 10 years. So I was searching for past 1 month that how to improve our public speaking. I'm a project manager, so we have to conduct a lot of meeting presentation. So recently I completed my MBA and other things. I thought okay, how to improve. Then I come to know, and my brother actually in Bangalore, he's a Toastmaster. So he suggested that if you want to improve better, you go to Toastmaster. So that's why I'm here. Nice being here. Meeting all you people.
Okay.
Basically, by professional, I'm mechanical engineer, project manager, and I work for
Welcome to the meeting.
Yeah, my name is Satyanarayana sir. I'm a member of Vice President Toastmasters.
Yeah.
It's the third term.
Welcome to the meeting.
My name is Raj, working as a student here in Institute of Engineering. Actually, I am doing part-time MBA in IT University. My lecturer referred me for Toastmasters to join to improve the communication skills.
Thank you and welcome to the meeting.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Sandeep. It's been 6 years in Chennai. I have completed my bachelor's degree in SR University. I'm currently working in TCM. It's good to be here with you all.
Thank you and welcome.
Hi, I'm Jagannath Mishra, go by Jagan, primarily in CA, and been with TCS for over 3 years. I've been thinking right from my college days to be visit and then be part of those classes, and it didn't happen. Nevertheless, it's been 15 years. I just thought I'd at least take the first steps and then try to get.
Yeah, welcome to the meeting.
I currently am studying in Bangalore. So, my schoolings and all I have done in Chennai only, and then I've gone to Bangalore to study. So yeah, I have holidays around.
Yeah, welcome to the meeting. Tennis friend?
Yeah.
Okay. So, any other test here, please? Thank you. Jamuna, okay. Okay. Great. So, welcome to the Toastmasters and a lot of guests. So, we are entering the main meeting. Toastmasters meeting has a definite structure. There will be speeches, there will be impromptu speeches, there will be evaluations, and there will be snacks at the end. So every meeting is anchored by a person, and he is called Toastmaster of the day. We call him TMOD. Today's TMOD, who is going to take you through the meeting and controls the meeting, is a person who joined this club almost a year back. He is already an outstanding Toastmaster for the last term. He's a corporate trainer and coach and a mentor-like person for all of us and inspiration for all of us here. Another important thing I like about him is his regular attendance in this meeting whenever he is available in Chennai. I would like to welcome Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Thomas.
Thank you very much, my President. Dear Toastmasters and welcome guests, good afternoon to you. I consider it a privilege to be the Toastmaster of the day for Medley's 339th meeting. For today's inspiration, we have the theme of the day, namely the courage of conviction. The courage of conviction. I would submit to you that this has a huge historical context today. And we will discover that context with the help of all of us. I have already sent 6 of you a private and confidential mail. Where do you have it? Not in your mailboxes. One thing is private and confidential. Open it, see it, don't show it to anybody else. Don't even show your emotions. Look for it under the chairs. Under the chairs in this hall, there are 6 folded papers. If you don't find one, look for neighboring chairs which are not occupied. You will seek, thou shalt receive. Next, please. 6, number 1 to 6. Good, good. I can see 4 people already feeling happy. You got 1 there, ma'am. We are very impartial. Guests receive it as much as members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 1 more missing. 6. Brilliant, brilliant. That was a quick job done. Now, whoever has the first clue would request you to get up and read it and suggest a name that comes close to that. It's a clue. Yeah, who has number 1? Yes, brilliant. Ma'am, what does it say? Yes, it says expelled from the college for assaulting a professor who made anti-India statements. Right? Who might that be? Any name you would suggest? Any name? Possibly. Who can that be? Anyone from the audience? Any suggestion? Bhagat Singh. Wonderful. We will hold it. Lock kiya nahi jayega. We will hold it. Thank you, ma'am. Number two, clue number two. Who has clue number two? What does it say, sir?
So, fourth rank in the ICS, meaning Indian Civil Service exam, and selected, but did not take the job.
I only would request you, the person concerned, who has my private and confidential message, to respond to me. Who could that be?
Might be Abdul Kalam.
Abdul Kalam. Wonderful. Thank you for that. Question number three. Clue number three. What does it say?
Author of the book The Indian Struggle.
Okay, who could that be? Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, we will hold it. Question number four. Clue number four. What does it say?
First to describe Mahatma Gandhi as father of nation, I think it's Rabindranath Tagore.
Rabindranath Tagore. Wonderful. Hold it, we will see. Question number, clue number 5. What does it say? You're welcome to open it. Though it's private and confidential, you can open it. That much of openness is there. Yeah.
Born on Jan 23.
Born on Jan 23.
Cuttack, Orissa.
Huh?
In Cuttack, Orissa.
Who could that be? Only you will have the answer. No problem, no problem. We will reach it. Sixth one, the last one.
He said, "Give me blood and I shall give you freedom."
Who said that? Subhash Chandra Bose. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the 119th birth anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose. I can think of a more telling example of courage of conviction. Imagine during the freedom struggle to go against the wish of Mahatma Gandhi and the leadership takes a lot of courage of conviction. And often forgotten is the fact that on December 30, 1943, 4 years before India's independence, Subhash Chandra Bose unfurled the Tiranga, the tricolor, in Port Blair and declared Andaman and Nicobar India's first free territory. I think that spirit and that person deserves a great round of applause to inspire. Thank you for that. Now we move on to the session proper. For the benefit of guests, it's a 3-part capsule that we did. Part 1, we are privileged to have 4 speeches. 4 speeches. There are some corrections, please bear with us. And then second part, we move into the quick scripting done for external speeches. That's where some people who don't have the courage hide behind the chairs, but you will still be caught. In other words, the Toastmaster who handles it will give the option as to who will do the speech external. And last and very important is the holding the mirror session, which is evaluation. How well have people performed will be seen through multiple ways. And to help us take this forward is a gentleman who in our parlance is called GE. Nothing to do with that innovation company. This is General Evaluator. And today's General Evaluator has vast experience in the infrastructure space in India and abroad. He is currently a General Manager with Chennai's Heart of Chennai project called Chennai Metro Project. And as to conjugation of the theme of the day, he said, don't be afraid to say no. And the person who said that and who is going to take us forward in the session is none other than Toastmaster Manikya.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Have you heard of Dr. William Edward Deming? Yeah. Okay. He's a person who revolutionized quality management in a way. He was very instrumental in Japan's recovery after the Second World War. So he devised a method which helped individuals and organizations to continually plan and improve how they perform. Okay, this is what is called as PDCA cycle. Okay, those who are involved in the quality management system or ISO 9000 probably would have heard this. PDCA, which means plan, do, check, act, right? So exactly the same thing, this applies to your personal life, organizations, or for your Toastmasters journey. You plan your journey, you do. Probably you are giving a speech based on whatever in the manual, whether you are following that. So we have an evaluation team which checks whether you are following according to the plan, right? And based on their feedback, you will be acting to continually improve your Toastmasters journey, right? So let's look at today the evaluation sessions. I'm going to be the general evaluator today. And I'm not alone here. I have two teams that is going to support me. The first team is going to evaluate the speeches quantitatively, and the second team is going to evaluate them qualitatively. Okay, let me introduce the first team, which we call it tag team, which includes a timer, a counter, and a grammarian. Let me introduce the timer. Toastmaster Adarsh Ram. He is doing his engineering at Anna University, and he dreams to be an industrialist. He believes in hard work and in fitness. Now let me invite Adarsh to read out his role.
Hello everyone, I'm Adarsh. Today I'll be playing the role of the timer. As a timer, I'll be keeping the track of the time. Generally, the time allocated for prepared speeches is 5 to 7 minutes, unless specified by the respective speech evaluators. When the project speech is made, after 5 minutes, I'll be switching on the green light. After 6 minutes, I'll be switching on the amber light. After 7 minutes, I'll be switching on the red light. For table topics, the allotted time is 1 to 2 minutes. When the table topic speech is made, after 1 minute, I'll be switching on the green light. After 1.5 minutes, I'll be switching on the amber light. Finally, after 2 minutes, I'll be switching on the red light. For evaluation, the allotted time is 2 to 3 minutes. When the speech evaluation is made after 2 minutes, I'll be switching on the green light. After 2.5 minutes, I'll be switching on the amber light. Finally, after 3 minutes, I'll be switching on the red light. For both the prepared speech and the table topic speeches and the evaluation, 30 seconds grace time is allowed. Anyone speaking 30 seconds less than the minimum prescribed time limit and more than the maximum time limit will be disqualified. When the general evaluator calls for my report, I'll be submitting my timer report. Thank you all of you.
Thank you, Adarsh. Now let me introduce the R counter. Toastmaster Balaji is playing the R counter role today. He is an MBA graduate and he is working with Equinity India Private Limited as a subject matter expert in financial operations. He believes that if we have the courage, we will see many transformations happen in our society and country. Let me now invite Balaji to take the center stage and introduce his role.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. My duty as a arm counter is to listen carefully for verbal distractions such as you know, and so, but, and other filler words or sounds. I will also keep track of repeated words like the, and I. Lastly, I keep track of long pauses when they are distracting. I will keep track of number of these speaking errors in writing of each person that speak and give a report when called upon at the end of the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Balaji. Now let me introduce the grammarian, Toastmaster Karthikeyan Duraraj. He is working in application support area at Fluxtronics and he is a Toastmaster for more than a year. Now let me invite Karthikeyan to read out his topics.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility today to pay close attention to all the speakers, listen carefully to the language usage, and I'll take note of any inappropriate use of the language, as well as outstanding uses, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it's also my duty now to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day for today is aplomb, meaning self-confidence or assurance, especially when in a demanding situation. Another definition is complete or confident posture. Now let's look at some of the usages. The famous American poet Walt Whitman has a quote which has this word in his quote. It's native personality that endows a man to stand before presidents or generals with aplomb. That was one usage. Vincent was the first magician to successfully perform this magic trick with aplomb. Despite the very tough situations during the Chennai December rains, our fellow Toastmasters went about their actions to help the needy with aplomb. So these are some of the usages, and all of us will give a round of applause for those speakers when they are going to be using the word of the day and also the theme of the day. So when speakers are going to use the word of the day and the theme of the day, let's all make a round of applause. Over to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Karthikeyan. So the word of the day is aplomb, and the theme of the day is courage of conviction. We encourage all the speakers to use the theme of the day and the word of the day as appropriate. Right? I will introduce the second set of evaluators after the prepared speeches are complete. Now let me hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, G. Thank you for delineating the processes and the meaning behind it. I thought that would be very useful for many of us. We move on. We now